don't you?
Good luck.
Very clear.
A little more money at stake coming up. A game to 15 for the championship. The team of Karch Karai and Kent Steffes going against Brent Frohoff and Rookie Ludi. And we'll have it for you right after this.
Good night, Sal.
Thin crust. Trade it. You call Domino's?
But look, call for a large 2-topping crunchy thin crust pizza now and get a medium 1-topping pizza free at Domino's.
What's this? An athletic shoe commercial with no celebrity athlete? At New Balance, we don't pay celebrities to wear our shoes. Which leaves us plenty of money for other things. Like building better shoes. New Balance, a more intelligent approach to building shoes.
When Automobile Magazine described Paseo's enduring reliability, they may have overlooked a few things. On warm days, it runs a little hot. It can be noisy at high speeds. And sometimes, it's hard to get out of first gear. Other than that, Paseo is a very practical car from Toyota.
Trade it. You call Domino's?
But look, call for a large 2-topping crunchy thin crust pizza now and get a medium 1-topping pizza free at Domino's.
The 1994 Cuervo Gold Crown is brought to you by Domino's. Call Domino's now and order our crunchy thin crust pizzas. Crispy, crackly, crunch-rageous. And by New Balance, a more intelligent approach to building shoes. The Boulder Reservoir. A beautiful day in Boulder, Colorado. As we said, temperature in the mid-80s. Humidity very dry. Center court, Paul Sunderland, you said 8,000. I agree. They've been packed in here for 2 hours waiting for this championship final.
Leave your seat and lose it. Nobody's moving. Two teams that have played an awful lot of important matches throughout the course of their careers. Karch Karai and Kent Steffes, the reigning kings of the beach, have won 10 out of 12 tournaments so far this year. Old Pinky Hat Karch Karai, two-time gold medalist out of San Clemente, California, now 33 years of age. And his partner, Kent Steffes, only 25, the youngest millionaire in the history of pro beach volleyball.
It was a round-robin format. They were tripped up once. The team that beat them is the team they're playing in the finals. So Karai wants revenge. They were 6-1 in the round-robin. The team that was 7-0 is Brent Frohoff and Ricky Ludi. Surprised to see him here?
A little bit, but they've been playing extremely well. Last week in Grand Haven, Frohoff and Ludi's played Karai and Steffes very, very tough in the semifinals. Lost to them 9-8 on the clock. Frohoff and Ludi's can compete. Obviously, played them tough last week, beat them this week in the round robin. Frohoff and Ludi's have got to serve bullets.
Will this be a bullet by Kent Steffes? Good serve. Chance for a point. Ball goes out. Wild play to begin with. And yes, we are joined by St. John Smith from time to time, who is down courtside. Jim Leonard, our head referee. Brent Frohoff, part Indian, great athlete, tremendous hands and ball passing skills. Almost an ace, yes. A great serve, 1-0. They're on the board, and I sense the crowd behind the underdogs already.
Well, and you can also bet that Brent Frohoff has something very, very special on his mind. He was Karch Karai's partner for quite a while. Karch Karai dumped him, picked up Kent Steffes. Brent Frohoff thinking, how different would my life be if I were still Karch Kirai's partner? This is the last team, Kirai, I should say Frohoff and Ludies, to win a gold crown other than Frohoff, other than Kirai and Ludies. I'm jacked for this final.
That's right.
In 1992, Kirai and Steffes have won 4 in a row.
Kirai and Steffes coasted in Clearwater Beach back in April. This is the second leg in Boulder, Colorado. $100,000 for the first place team. And the significance of that $100,000 that they split is that the second place team splits $24,000.
A rather significant drop off, but that's why the motivation to finish first in these 3 tournaments.
Another good serve to Steffes. Ball is hit out. Wow, I'd like to see that one again. Kirai says no way. Steffes says no way. Jim Leonard says yes. What he says counts.
Umpire, referee, linesman all agree the ball is out of bounds, but look very, very close. Frohoff is blocking cross court. It looks like the ball landed out of bounds, but if it grazes the line on the way by, that ball would have been good.
That was the play that really no one wanted to call. It was a toughie.
And they're still arguing about it. Jim Leonard and Butch Martin going to talk about what they saw. The play happen right in front of umpire Butch Martin, who's down below Jim Leonard on top.
It doesn't matter. He didn't see where it landed. He's watching the net the whole time. I got a call over there.
That's right. Leonard looks to his linesman, and of course he can overrule him, and that's what he's telling the players. I think Butch Martin might have said it was good.
You think there's a little bit on the line here? It's only 1-0 and a heated argument, too. And everybody getting excited over the first call.
They're serving Steffes outside line every time. Steffes taps it down. It's a nice shot over the block of Frohoff. Now, Frohoff, of course, doesn't have the height. Ludies has got the height. He's got the long arms. He will be the key blocker for that team.
Ludies is a better blocker, but he's also been playing very good defense this weekend, and that was one of the keys to their victory over Kirai and Steffes in the round robin.
They won that game by a score of 10-4. Game to 15, win by 2. We do have a rally clock. It's a 10-minute clock. We'll let you know if and when that is a factor. Tap down the line. Kent Steffes. He'll be in the blue hat. Blue shades, blue chunks. Kirai in the pink all the way.
Talked to Karch in the players' tent before the finals, and he says, the altitude is really bothering me in terms of my serving. I can't get in any kind of groove whatsoever. At 5,500 feet, the ball just carries that much further. You don't get good movement on your jump serve with the top spin, and he's having a lot of trouble with it.
8:16. 9-minute clock.
No, I do not think that's right. Jim Leonard saying we should be playing a 9-minute clock. No, that is in the semifinal. This is the final. We play a 10-minute clock. The clock is correct. It's got 9 minutes and 16 seconds left. Rubs it off the block of Frohoff. So we're going to see Frohoff blocking a lot.
I'm not sure that's a great idea. Frohoff and Ludies won the round robin. They had the luxury of sitting out a match while Kirai and Steffes eliminated Mike Dodd and Mike Whitmarsh. I think you want to go with your strongest lineup, and that's Ricky Ludies blocking all the way.
And that is hit down the line in by Ludies. Sometimes players alternate the block to conserve energy, and you're right. You let it all go in the final. There's no tomorrow. That one, there's 100,000 for first and 24 for second. That's out. Brent Frohoff really cranking up the serve. They watered down the court where the players stand. That's why it's a little dark in those spots. It's a pretty hard-packed sand. Good for jumping. No touch.
Yes, touch.
Now there is a call on the touch.
And the ball was flailed wide, but Kent Steffes, reaching into the cross court, got the touch off the block. Ludes knew it right away, but the ball landed so far out of bounds. Look at Frohoff looking at the defense, giving direction right off the fingertips of Kent Steffes and out of bounds. That ball was out by 3 feet.
Ludes is there for the dig, but it's going to go wide. Good idea.
Well, that's a good play. That's a good play in beach volleyball. You can go underneath the net as long as Frohoff plays the ball back in between the antennas.
Right, he did there.
This is one of the unique rules of beach volleyball. You can go to the other side and make your contact back over the net, but you'll see Frohoff's attempt goes outside the antenna that's right above the sideline.
It was knuckled, therefore it's a legal hit by Frohoff. They're arguing that it was an open-handed shot by Frohoff.
Can't tip the ball open-handed outdoors like you can indoors, 6-man.
Does he knuckle it?
Hard to tell. Yeah, that looks knuckle all the way. The only time you can push the ball open-handed is if it's a joust. Both the blocker and offensive player contact the ball simultaneously.
Tap down, side out. Remember, you can only score when your team is serving. 2-0 is the score. Frohoff and Ludes jumping out to a quick lead here. No double final or anything. This is it. 1 game to 15, win by 2. Big bounce goes into the 15th row. Ludes loves that. So does the crowd.
Karch-Kiraly, not the only Olympian out here. Ricky Ludes out of UCLA, won 4 NCAA championships there. Gold medalist in 1988, and at 6'5", loves the hard-packed sand of Boulder, bombing cross court.
They did not like the set of Karch-Kiraly, and I don't blame him. That came out of his hands real sticky, almost a helicopter spin on that ball.
As you set the ball, it's got to be one simultaneous contact with both hands. If the referee detects a little right-to-left transfer, that ball went down into the dish pretty far, came out with a lot of spin.
Oh, Jim Leonard, our referee, almost fell off. I guess it's not funny, but excuse me for laughing anyway.
He messes up all the time. I would like to have seen it.
We've only been here for 2 points, and we've seen arguments, everything. Frohoff for the side out. You alluded to that win by Frohoff and Ludes in the Cuervo Gold in Santa Cruz a couple of years ago. That was kind of a fluke in that Ludes played the last day with a broken toe.
Yeah, it really wasn't much of a factor the rest of the year, but had his $100,000, and that wasn't a bad sacrifice, I guess, for that kind of money. And so far on the season, Kiraly and Steffes have been dominating. They've won 10 out of the 12 tournaments, won almost $150,000 apiece, and we're only about a third of the way through the season. Last year, Kiraly won over $470,000 in prize money alone.
Big block by Steffes. Too good of a block. It goes out over the inline.
Steffes blocked so well in the semifinals against Mike Dodd and Mike Whitmarsh. Up and over here, and Frohoff challenges him, dips his head, hits a little half-speed shot, and it kind of ricochets in between Steffes' arms and out of bounds.
And you may have noticed on that replay, Ludes looking over at the other side, yelling for where his partner should hit the ball. Oh, Kiraly went after that one.
Brent Frohoff and Karch-Kiraly had a lot of success together, won a number of tournaments, but after Steffes got dumped by Kiraly, he went in the gym, he got stronger, he matured, and Karch said, okay, I'm going to go with a younger player. And obviously, Steffes and Kiraly have had tremendous success since they rejoined one another.
Well, that's beach volleyball. Kiraly and Ludes, they're going against each other, and they have won tournaments together before. Players do switch a lot. No reason for Kiraly and Steffes to switch. They've won 51 of the last 64 tournaments played. And Frohoff just missing a lot of serves. Can't score points if you don't get it in.
Well, he's caught in a tough position. He knows the way to break down the side-out game of Kiraly and Steffes. That's their passing setting, and hitting is to serve very tough. But in this thin air, it's difficult to keep the ball in bounds. The court is literally a yard shorter.
Oh, Kiraly all over the banners and very close to our camera, which can be dangerous. Did not able to save it, but the crowd loves the effort.
Anything to keep the ball in play. The stakes so high. Steph is getting up and over with a good deflection. He locates it, and Karch coming out of nowhere to make the defensive play. There goes Karch. He was already moving line. That was the play that was on. Steph is blocking cross court and just trying to keep the ball back in play.
Wow, we have had some very quick and short games here this weekend in Boulder, Colorado. This one's settling in to be a long one.
Both teams with outstanding ball control, the ability to pass, set, move the ball around offensively. The key to this match will be who serves the best. Break down the other team's serve reception.
There's a good serve. Nice play by Frohoff. Hitting it in two.
First really difficult serve to handle by Ricky Ludes. He shanks it. He's trying to pass that ball where his partner can set it, but Fro recognizes right away the ball is passed too tight. He just goes up and spanks it on two.
Before the defense is set. Tap down into the net, though, is Frohoff. And again, they're saying he had an open-handed hit, and that time it was open-handed.
Yeah, could have called either one.
Yeah.
Frohoff was expecting the big push from the blocker at the net. Watch what Kirai does. He reads right there, and then Frohoff, if Frohoff would have pushed the ball into Karch's hand, would have been a legal play, but he just missed him.
So we're still at 2-0, Frohoff and Ludes in front.
Nice shot.
Which team's going to break first? Sometimes you score in bunches, especially after you side out for as long as we have. Nice dink by Kirai.
That was the little knuckler. He gets so high, it gives him the option of hitting over the top of the block, of course, slicing off angle. Or if he sees that the defender is deep, just a little knuckle pokey right over the top of the block of Brent Frohoff. Ludes has got to block all the time. I really think that's a key for them. Trying to work
Side out, ball's in.
Trying to work on Brent Frohoff right now in terms of serve receptions. Frohoff, Kirai and Steffes have gone at him 7 times. Ludes 6. That's very even. Steffes has received 9 serves. Kirai only 2.
There's a block. It goes out. Ludes, mad at himself, hits the net in disgust.
Steffes just trying to use Ricky Ludes. Ludes gets up very, very high. Doesn't want to challenge him up in his strength, so just goes off the side of his arm.
And as you mentioned, Karch still having problems with his serve.
He's got to serve the ball very low to the tape to keep the ball in because he wants to hit it hard. If he raises it up with his trajectory and hits really stiff top spin, it's just not coming down in this thin air.
We set temperature in the mid-80s. The wind really is not much of a factor. From time to time, you can see the dust on the court. The wind is very light and gentle. It does swirl around a little bit, but not the normal factor that it is or can be in beach volleyball.
Hey, these are perfect conditions. If you don't like this, you just don't like anything.
Oh, you could see that off the block. There's a break. Ludes' ball went out, but it was touched on the block.
Ludes doing a very good job of siding out when he's challenged. Been known sometimes to have wonderful potential, wonderful talent, but sometimes inconsistent. An opportunity to shake that.
There's a shank. 3-0, Frohoff and Ludes. Boy, that is a long stretch of siding out. A long stretch.
So the same scenario in their match in round robin or pool play. Frohoff and Ludes able to side out, keep Kirai and Steffes off the board, and then Fro would throw in a tough jump serve.
Now, that is I don't understand that. Frohoff's got to go right back to Steffes.
Absolutely. Now, that's just a mistake. That's just a stupid play. Fro should go right back to Kent Steffes, who just gave up a point, keep the pressure on the player who he just scored on. Fro is doing a great job of moving the ball around, and you could hear Ricky Ludes say, cut, cut, cut. but still it looks like Frohoff's going to stay at the net and block. Ricky Ludes is taller, jumps better, more physical, and a better blocker.
You don't like it, but they're up 3-0. Now maybe they'd be up.
You would mention that,
faster. They're not going to change it yet. Frohoff is jumping awfully well, and we did mention that it's hard-packed sand, and he has great leaping ability at 6'3". But he just doesn't have that experience, or he doesn't have those 8-foot arms like Ludes. Intimidating arms. Fro's got all the shots, and he's showing them all right now. And we've got a timeout. I think it's Ludes and Frohoff who call timeout. So we will also take a timeout here. You're watching the Cuervo Gold Crown in Boulder.
Don't be stopped by credit problems. Bust loose. Charlie Thomas can get you financed. Divorced, bankrupt, slow credit, no credit. Second Chance Finance reestablishes your credit through one of Houston's biggest banks. Then choose from over 2,000 used vehicles from $250 down. Plus, check out Charlie Thomas's exclusive Gold Seal vehicles with extended warranty, 4 new tires, a complete tune-up, and more. At all 14 Charlie Thomas outlets throughout Houston.
TCI Cablevision is proud to support education in the greater Houston area. As a sponsor of Baybrook Mall's Partners in Education, TCI donated $1,000 to Clearbrook High School's project graduation. Area manager Scott Marshall gave University of Houston students a look at the future when he told them how TCI is building the information superhighway. TCI served on the panel of HISD's Teen Summit on Safety and Security, and TCI has cabled more than 200 local schools, bringing free educational cable programming to 165,000 students.
The Ice Age.
And the barbarians
have given us hockey.
All the world's a rink, and we are but goalies.
Does anybody really know what icing is?
Blackhawks 4, Red Wings 1.
Groovy. Sports Night. What's next in sports news? Live Sunday through Thursday at 5 on ESPN2.
Back live along with St. John Smith, Paul Sunderland. I'm Lynn Shackelford, and they are watering down the court during the timeouts, perhaps at the request of the players, and it's one of these days where the spectators would just as soon get splashed a little as well.
The court is very, very hot, but dusty as well, and the players have been out here for 2 long days throughout round-robin action, and then now we're down to these 2.
Ricky Ludes and Brent Frohoff against Karch Karai and Kent Steffes. Game to 15.
Karch taking an awful lot off that serve just to keep it in.
Oh, hard shot and turn by Ludes, and he does it well.
That ball set way into the middle of the court, and Steffes just moves the block in, and Ludes just chops the ball by him. Great shot back to the sideline.
All 4 players hail originally from Southern California. Ludes and Steffes, who you see there, originally from Pacific Palisades. Steffes lives down in Santa Monica. Ludes down in San Diego now. Broken play. He's chance for a point.
There it is.
And it is. They're on the scoreboard.
The second bad pass by Frohoff, and Ludes leads to a point. No block here. The ball sent way off the net. Look at how fast Karai backs up. Gets in good digging position. Frohoff rips it right at him. This was not a great set. Karch just slices it off. You see Ricky Ludes breaking left. That's a huge break. 2 points in a row given up by Brent Frohoff as we go to the side change.
Frohoff and Ludes lead it 3-2, but the last 2 points were scored by Karai and Steffes. They're on a roll. The players will change sides, and we'll take a quick timeout. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. That's the Boulder Reservoir. The crowd getting drenched, and thankfully, by some of the crew members. Coming up next after beach volleyball, it's the Senior PGA Tournament, the Nationwide Championship. Lee Trevino's back to defend his title. Second round action live right after the beach volleyball tourney, when we have a champion that will split $100,000.
Going from the sand to sand traps, I guess.
Kent Steffes, trailing 3-2, puts it in play. Ooh, Frohoff, a little steam on that one.
Side out, Frohoff to serve.
Going up against his former partner. They've been separated for quite some time, but I promise you, every time Brent Frohoff plays against Karch Kiraly, it's a little added extra incentive.
Serve down the middle. Steffes started a little late. Now, it's his ball coming cross court.
Immediately, Steffes has got to realize the side spin that Frohoff puts on this ball. Heavy curveball action here. It starts, that's Steffes' ball the whole way. Steffes has got to take one step to his left and pass the ball. Serve was in good location, but Steffes' ball all the way.
4-2. Frohoff and Ludies.
Fifth service error for Brent Frohoff, living and dying with it. 4 aces today.
I just think after you've scored a point, you've got to get the ball back in play and give the team the chance to make another error. Blocked. Blocked. Crowd's going to love this. They do.
Fro's jacked. Frohoff has been siding out beautifully, passing the ball well. Steffes slaps this one down. Good knuckle pokey, little pokey back, and Fro is all over that, reacting quickly. And Ludies gives his partner a beautiful bump set out of transition. This is the key right here. Look at Ludies. Confident, good set. He's backing up, little body language. Back there, Ricky Ludies in the good cover position. And he disdaining the jump serve now to keep it on Steffes.
We talked about Kiraly and Steffes having won 10 of 12 tournaments this year. Ludies and Frohoff looking for their first win. The best finish for Fro this year was with Scott Akatubby in Madison Square Garden. Yes, Madison Square Garden, the opening tournament, they got a third. Ludies has done as high as a second, and that was in the Cuervo Gold Crown in Clearwater Beach with Brian Lewis.
Ace up the middle this time, right back at you. Steffes says to Frohoff, you're going to get me, I'm going to get you. Hubby wife, right up the middle, no communication, no movement whatsoever by Frohoff or Ludies on that one.
There's a side out. So Frohoff and Ludies lead by 1, 4-3. Pretty routine right there. Steffes just makes a great pass, and you know Kirai's going to give him a perfect set 99% of the time with that kind of pass. Brent Frohoff, part Indian. His brother's a professional surfer. Tap down. It's wide. And we're tied at 4.
Ludies and Frohoff have got to remain focused here, keep their concentration. You notice how their passing is little by little starting to become inconsistent. That was a bad pass the play before. And remember the dig off Frohoff.
I don't know what happened there.
Timeout. They got to take a timeout or a 20 right now and regroup.
It was not a good pass, and Frohoff just got stuck in the sand.
There's the 20-second timeout right there.
Got to take at least that.
You're allowed 4 20-second timeouts during the course of an AVP match. You get 2 full timeouts. We've already had a television timeout. No team charged with a team timeout in that situation. And Fro right now, just to stem the tide, as they've given up a couple of points in a row.
We said we had the 8 best teams in the world in a round-robin format, and here's how the other 6 did that you didn't see.
Dodd and Whitmarsh 4 and 3. They eventually finished in 3rd position. Basile and Loyola, the first international team. The Brazilians, they finished at 3 and 4 in 4th position. Bouillon, Verbalovic, Johnson, Stokos. We'll take a look at the rest of that bracket in just a little bit. Very, very competitive round robin here in Boulder.
Well, the sand timeout works well. They come back and make a nice pass and a nice set.
Ricky Ludy's back to serve.
Nice block by Ludy's, and we're tied at 5.
That ball was set too far inside. Steffes tried to deal with it, and Ludy's made the adjustment. Watch where this ball goes. It drifts inside. Watch where Steffes, look at how he has to turn his body to try to get the ball back outside the block of Ricky Ludy's. Ludy's skying to stuff that ball.
The players will change sides. We'll be back with a lot more here in Boulder. Don't go away.
You know, all across this great land, people have a need for variety, so they're constantly zapping their TVs like Herb here. That's why the FX network was invented. It's got new live shows blended with some of America's best liked shows and hosts to keep you updated on the outside world. So you don't need to zap anymore. Of course, this is a full aerobic exercise, Herb. And 2, and 3, and 4.
Today, a Pavlovian experiment. Using superior intellect and vast scientific knowledge, we spent 6 months conditioning the poor, unsuspecting subject to respond to a ringing bell with an uncontrollable craving for the ultimate beverage. A demonstration.
The Cardinals take on the Phillies tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, only on ESPN.
We are back in Boulder, Colorado, a city that fits the Cuervo lifestyle perfectly. It's a freewheeling, carefree, almost a time warp visit to the 60s. We checked it out downtown.
Gold crowd. Ricky Ludy's back to serve.
Minute more.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the game in his hand for Jose Loyola.
He says hi.
Go
more east, 105. And gypsies. Whatever you go. I don't start the cold. You make go. So instead of like this, lose.
Only one of those I recognize out at the tournament here. And there's your look at Boulder, Colorado. We've had a lot of fun this weekend. Perfect weather helps, too. Oh, Frohoff saw it coming, but the tap-down angle was too good by Steffes. We're tied at 5 here in a game to 15 for the championship. 100,000 for the first-place team. 24,000 for the second-place team. Ken Steffes.
Hey, this is a critical juncture in the match right now for Frohoff and Ludy's. They had a nice lead. They were playing extremely well. They've given up points. They're tied now. They got to weather the storm.
Ooh, he's going to call the throw by Ludy's, a former setter at UCLA.
Karch-Kirai had one earlier that was not called. This one is Jim Leonard saying right there, Ricky Ludy's, you contacted that ball twice.
Paul, you're out here a lot more than me. Is it my impression that Leonard likes to call or does call throws, calls it a little tighter?
He calls it tighter than most of the other referees. That's why I was surprised when he let Karches go by early.
Yeah. And I think that's what really bugs Frohoff and Ludes. It's blocked by Karai or hit into the net. And in any event, it's 2 straight points, and it's 7-5. And the team that has not lost, Frohoff and Ludes, are starting to maybe crack a little.
Doing a little housekeeping, taking some time. It wouldn't hurt them to take another 20.
They're mad.
They got to forget about that. Forget about the throw call. $100,000 for first prize, and they do take another 20. They've used 2 of their allotment of 4 sand timeouts, and Frohoff and Ludes have got to settle down right now. They were passing the ball, siding out with perfection at the beginning of this match, and slowly but surely their passing started to break down a little bit. And the Kings, Kirai and Steffes, just stayed solid with their side-out game and maintained some pressure.
Here we go!
Okay, now we're ready to go. Can they put it behind him? Let's see. And they do side out.
Hey, the crowd is behind Frohoff and Ludes.
No question.
If they can come back and tie this up, make a little move here, they will certainly have the majority of the huge audience here behind them.
Tap down the line. Hey, we said we had St. John Smith here. St. John, you still there?
I'm down here. It's nice and hot down here on the court.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Beautiful
and warm,
up here.
Huh? I love you there in that black shirt. It's about 90 degrees probably now for you.
At least that down here. You notice they water down the court. It is hot for the players.
Okay. 7-5. Kirai and Steffes in front. Oh, there is a break. Using all of the court. Frohoff off the tape.
Frohoff going off the top of the tape, dribbling, drooling, and that one stays in.
Here we go.
There's some of your stats. Into tap down by Kid Steffes. No way can the blocker get there that quickly. You very seldom see any expression on the faces of Kirai and Steffes. They're very methodical in winning their money and their titles and their games. And they like it that it's so far, it's a slow, long, drawn-out game. They think that's in their favor. They'll stay here all day if they have to win.
Well, they're the best conditioned team on the beach. They're the winningest team on the beach. They're very, very healthy right now. They have tremendous confidence and faith in one another. Their ability to side out, just pass, set, hit, pass, set, hit, keep the other team off the scoreboard.
Hit off the block, side out.
March to wide, coming back to serve.
Ludes getting a good tan today without that shirt. I noticed the tank top of Steffes is soaking wet. I wonder if he soaked it himself, maybe. It's out. Point, 8-5. No touch on the block. And now Frohoff and Ludes are arguing everything.
Well, another unforced error right now, and this is how Kirai and Steffes kill you. They can get down, but they don't lose confidence. They just go right back to their strength. They just say, we'll keep the other team off the board. We'll keep getting the ball back. Now Kirai's taking a lot off his serve, just keeping it in. And he gets back to Ricky Ludes.
Side out, Ludes.
Crowd wants to see a good game, but Paul, you and I have seen this so many times before. Steffes and Kirai just methodically go through opponents once they find a little weakness or a weak spot.
Now Ludes blocking all the time.
Yep, good point.
Same play. Kirai has got to set Steffes wider. The ball's drifting into the middle of the net. And Steffes is trying to chop the ball back to the line, and Ludes has seen that before. This ball drifts inside. You see Steffes broad jumping inside and trying to hit the ball back out, and Ludes is all over it.
8-6. They now trail by 2. Fro and Ricky.
The Rambos
moving at all.
Oh, he got stuck on that one, just stuck. And he's really disgusted with his defense. That was tapped very high and softly.
Just playing center field, and Frohoff just decided, once you make a decision in your head that the guy's going cross court, very difficult to convince your body to get motor into the other side.
Side out.
This match is being played way above the net on this hard-packed surface. All of these players. Kirai was measured at jumping 46 inches when he played on the Olympic team.
Okay, there's your even-up match. Even up the call. Calls the throw by Steffes. Pretty easy play to call. Steffes doesn't argue at all. And we're back to a one-point game. 8-7. Steffes and Kirai lead here in Boulder in the championship.
Alternative math. What do 1 crust sandwich, 1 order of hash browns, and 1 hot coffee add up to?
$1.99.
At Burger King, just $1.99 every day. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
Here's to you.
I see it all out here.
Whoa, check out the Ranger.
Climbers get in trouble. Sometimes they need help. Hey, it can happen to anyone.
Are you okay?
You'll have to swing over to me.
For all you do.
Budweiser. Crisp, clean, classic.
Proud to be your partner.
Since Toyota truck reliability and dependability are put to the test in America, Toyota said, build them here, too. You know what? Most are. But the ultimate test is right here. Toyota 100,000-mile story. Over 60,000 of them, and more coming every day. Toyota trucks. The reliability's built in. Toyota trucks. You just gotta love them.
Why go to the beach? Just to get beached.
Into the pure, clean taste.
Why just get a little bit wet? Plunge into nasty. Plunge in totally. Plunge in.
Alternative math. 1 crust sandwich plus 1 hash brown plus 1 coffee equals $1.99 every day. Add it to your morning at Burger King. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
Along with St. John Smith and Paul Sunderland, I'm Lynn Shackelford. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. Beautiful day. 8-7 in our championship. Kirai and Steffes out in front. This is the second Cuervo Gold Crown this year, and Coach Kirai and Ken Steffes are starting to think this is their tournament. They won the first one in Clearwater. They won 3 straight last year. They've won by far more than anybody. And they're leading here, 8-7, though. It's a tight one.
Comes Kirai back to serve. 8-7.
and Ludies were on the verge of getting blown out of this one when they were down 8-5. They dug in, they took a 20-second timeout, regained their composure. And Kirai and Steffes have been serving Ricky Ludies, and he's been coming through for them, steadying that team down, and they're right back in this at 8-7 after the throw call before the side change.
Yes, the ball is in. That's a side out. So Kent Steffes will serve. Brent Frohoff, 31 years old. From Manhattan Beach, California. He is a Manhattan Beach guy all the way. Miracosta High School, where so many great beach volleyball players come from. And Kent Steffes misses the serve.
Frohoff back to serve.
Fro has 14 wins to his credit. Steffes, only 25 years old, at 64 wins. And a lot of that, as you said, has to do with Coach Kirai. Nice hit by Steffes.
Ryan Steffes has steadied out now. Frohoff had 4 aces early. Some in the hubby wife area. Most of all, the big curve ball to the outside of Steffes, inside of Steffes.
Blocked, but it goes wide, side out. So Steffes getting his hands on those Ricky Luty's hits.
Ryan Steffes showing a lot of respect for Brent Frohoff's ability to side out pass, hit the ball from the sets of Ricky Luty's. They've been working on Luty's the last couple of plays, and he's been effective as well.
Tap down by Steffes. Luty's wasn't within 4 feet of that block.
Well, Luty's blocked cross court. Frohoff was digging cross court. The court's 900 square feet, and Steffes had about 700 of them to choose from.
Come on, kid.
Ball is hit out by Steffes.
The set could have been a little bit higher. Steffes had to get down into the sand to make the play defensively. Karch crowded a little bit by the net. Couldn't get the good altitude on it. Steffes had to hurry, and he missed it.
We got a 10-minute rally clock. We're down to 4 minutes left. It could become a factor. 8-7 is our score in a game to 15. Ooh, there was a potential ace that went just long by Frohoff.
3:59 remaining in the contest. 8-7.
Keep your fingers crossed.
And a field goal through the block of Kent Steffes. Hey, St. John, you down there? Nice and cool up here. Is it hot?
Hot.
What do you do? What do you do? You got to have Luty's block more? That's what Paul wants.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ricky has got to put the pressure on the hitter.
Okay, here he comes. There's one block. There's almost 2 blocks.
Frohoff just seems stuck right now defensively. He's picking a spot and then not moving it after it. Luty's big blocker. We saw Mike Whitmarsh before. If you're a beach volleyball fan, you know he's considered the best blocker now, and Luty's doing a pretty good job. Now Luty's doing it all right here. Frohoff's got to get more active defensively.
Ooh, almost a shank. Oh, there is a break. Almost went off his body. But it was a legal pass, and it just happened to be at the right place for Frohoff to put it away.
And Kirai knew that shot on 2 was coming, and still Frohoff able to chop it past him.
Trailing by 1. Fro will serve it.
Foot fault. Boy, good decision by Brent Frohoff.
Thinking in the air, huh?
Absolutely. I saw his foot hit the tape. Would have been a foot fault called if he had gone through with his serve. Let it drop. Second chance, he's got to hit this serve no matter what happens with the toss.
Ooh, he makes a good one, too. Fro's there. Well, that wasn't all Frohoff's fault. He did not get a very good set by Luty's.
And Luty's is telling him exactly that right now. Frohoff getting active, good read down the line, made a good enough pass. Ricky's got to dig in, get to the ball sooner, get that ball a little bit closer on the point scoring opportunity.
Ooh, there's Frohoff with some punch to the ball.
Where was that the play before? However, that one was a perfect set. Kent Steffes blocking against Brent Frohoff. Moves into the cross court. Look at Luty setting the ball perfectly. Steffes up, over, presses with the outside hand, and Frohoff drilling down the line.
Shank pass. Nice angle.
See, that's where Steffes is going to go. Every time he's drawn into the middle of the court, he's going to try to chop back to the line. He's considering that, of course, to be the open area.
And we were talking earlier with you and St. John about that, and you guys say that that's one of his best shots.
It is his best shot, and Luty's has blocked him a couple of times, but that particular opportunity just had too much court to hit into.
Blocked. Frohoff's got it. And Frohoff won't be able to dig that one down. Crowd likes the action. They just can't quite convert.
Good hustle by both teams here. Karch with a first little soft block. Frohoff with the cover. Ludy's working hard. See, now in this thin air, Fro knows he's got to be real gentle with that ball. He can't rip it deep. And then Steffes on his horse with a little tap down.
Full time.
Got a sand timeout. Full timeout. Full timeout. Not a bad idea. We've had a lot of hot action out there. 9-7. Steffes and Karai in front here. Live in the final in Boulder.
Can you imagine yourself in this beauty? The all-new 1994 Chevrolet Camaro, America's favorite sports car, available in both 6-cylinder and the powerful 350 V8, automatic or 6-speed with dual airbags, or this exciting new Oldsmobile 88 LSS with standard features like leather seats, climate control, anti-lock brakes, dual airbags. Truly an affordable luxury car. Come take your pick at Morrismore Chevrolet Oldsmobile, 7700 Broadway on beautiful Galveston Island.
It was a long winter, but spring fever heats up every Saturday night on Lifetime.
It's late. I really think I should go.
It's not what you want to do. Romance theater. Movies with slow kisses and passionate embraces that will melt your television screen. So dim the lights, pull down the shades, and warm up with Romance Theater and me.
Most things in this world aren't big enough to handle 7 feet 2 inches, 310 pounds.
And I ordered the big breakfast.
How does that feel?
Oh, watch your head, Mr. O'Neill.
There is one notable exception. The Big Slam from Pepsi. 1 ice-cold liter of Pepsi big enough to handle the biggest thirst.
Ain't life grand?
You're looking live at the Boulder Reservoir. Coming up next here on ESPN, the Senior PGA Tour. Good tournament where Trevino is the defending champion. Second round action. We are back here where it is 9-7 in a game to 15. Kirai and Steffes in front, and Frohoff and Ludy's. They're serving Steffes almost every time.
Well, you figure if you're going to beat the Kings of the Beach, you're not going to go at Pinky Hat, the best player of all time. You're going to go at his younger partner in a big pressure situation like this. Steffes has received 26 serves, Kirai only 6. And they're leading, that is Kirai and Steffes, so obviously Kent doing a very good job offensively.
Ooh. Frohoff has missed 2 or 3 deep middle by, you're right, 4 or 5 inches on every one. And that one was a 3-incher. Blocked. Blocked again. The hat trick? No. The free spirits in the crowd love Frohoff, and they are all over Frohoff. Kirai and Steffes, they're kind of the white-shirted businessmen. Steffes, the economics major from UCLA.
Steffes thinks Rush Limbaugh is a liberal. So Frohoff and Ludy's fitting right in with the culture here in Boulder, Colorado. A lot of people think it's the Berkeley of the 90s.
There was your third attempt by Steffes to block the ball unsuccessfully. Down by 2. Ludy's and Frohoff. Frohoff's there. He
got to set the ball well.
No, he got no set again at all. Tough break.
Trying to overcompensate for the mistake before.
Yeah,
PGA golf is coming up. You know, that's like leaving a 10-footer 4 feet short and then going 10 feet by the next time you have the same opportunity.
Good analogy. I wouldn't know what that's like. Maybe you would.
Well, having played golf with you, I know that you are a good putter. I'll give you that much.
Call again? Ooh, that looked clean.
Boy, Jim Leonard is playing a big part in this match.
Let's listen in.
Yes, they did. It was right there in your left.
yellow card to Brent Frohoff. I think he's calling it too tight. There's so much on the line. Let great defensive plays, blocks, sets, jump serves, things like that decided. Full timeout charged to Ludies and Frohoff.
Double hit. Right through your left hand.
We said it was hot. We're going to see if things will cool off. Take a brief timeout here. We'll be back with some more hot action. I got a feeling, though.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hi, Rick. Hey, Brian. How are the wife and kids? How's your mom? Good. She says hi. Good.
and the winner of tonight's match receives Ice Cold Bud Light. Bud Light!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
I have a job, a family, a million things to do. Who has time to think about their car? That's why I take my car to Jiffy Lube for top quality products like Pennzoil. They're professional. They do a great job, and I like Pennzoil. Why would I go anywhere else?
Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change for busy people.
Remember to bring your car to Jiffy Lube every 3,000 miles.
We are back live in Boulder, Colorado. Don't forget, coming up next, the PGA Senior Tournament. Second round action live, following right here on ESPN. In the meantime, in Boulder, it's 10-7. Kirai and Steffes 5 points away from their second Cuervo Gold Crown this year and fifth straight. Oh, good block by Ludies. And blocked again by Ludies.
This is going to be an interesting call. Joust at the net.
No, he did not. The ball was right on the net. They both attacked it and went that way. Off Ricky. No, it went off Ricky. It went off of you.
Here's the joust coming where both players are just going to push open-handed. Look how high they are above the net. And you can see Kirai. Leonard's right on the call.
Yeah,
pushing the ball off Ricky Ludies.
Hope you're enjoying that action on our Cuervo cam. You're seeing it really well. And you saw the referee, Jim Leonard, call it correctly there. So it's a side out. Blocked by Steffes as the set was really tight. Frohoff couldn't do much with it. And it's 11-7. 4 points away from the championship. Don't go away. Golf coming up next.
So much pressure on Frohoff and Ludies as it is playing the best team. They've had controversy with the referees, a couple of throw calls, and it's gotten to them.
Okay, Frohoff takes some speed off, and it works.
Kirai and Steffes are thinking about only one thing, just siding out. Past the first ball, the clock is on our side, the scoreboard is on our side. Ludies needs to turn it on as a blocker.
Ooh, they had it set up for Frohoff to dig that cross court, and Steffes just had too sharp of an angle.
Kirai's setting him better. He's pushing the ball wider, so Steffes' options offensively are not as limited. Can easily chop the ball cross court.
Siding out. I'm going to try to stay with this one to the end and then throw you to golf. Brent Frohoff needs 8 points to win it. They've got a long way to go. The rally clock is just under 2 minutes. They can't get to 15 with the rally clock, Frohoff and Ludies. They've got to get some points right now. They can't give up any more. And they get one. 11-8. Okay, Frohoff, after getting a point, has missed a lot of serves, and now Kirai and Steffes take a sand timeout.
10 seconds.
Like I said, Kirian Steffes just going to think about one thing, and that's siding out. They give up one. They take the 20-second timeout to restore some order.
The 1994 Cuervo Gold Crown is brought to you by Jiffy Lube. If it doesn't say Jiffy Lube, it isn't. Well, the crowd has been waiting all day for a game like this, and they've been treated. Might mention that Randy Stoklos and Adam Johnson, they were the number 2 seeded teams. Stokey hurt his ankle in the very first game yesterday, and they had a rough outing. He just played on one leg, basically. And that's opened the door for Frohoff and Ludes, and they have played exceedingly well in this tournament. Win, lose, or draw in this game. They will be disappointed if they don't win, but they've had a good tourney.
Well, they beat Kirian Steffes in the round robin and decisively beat them 10-4. Were in control the whole way.
Blocked, and it angles just out. Oh, we've had a lot of those. You golfers hang in there. We're in the sand. We're not that far away from the golf. Ricky Ludes serving here. Tap down, catches the line. Side out.
Ludes and Frohoff have started serving easier, making life and siding out an easier task. Back at you for Kirian Steffes.
Dug and goes just outside.
Wasn't out by that much. Frohoff and Ludes thought it was out by maybe 10 feet, but turned out to be out by just a couple. See Ludes huffing and puffing a little bit. Big, strong guy. Again, we're at 5,500 feet above sea level, and all these players live and train on the beach.
Yeah, and Paul, where we are, we have a nice cool breeze, but down there, so many people, not the cool breeze, as St. John has told us. By Steffes and put away by Steffes. Yes, just inside. They cannot convert. That is the story of this game for Fro and Ludes. They've had some good chances.
Change sides, multiples of 5 in a game to 15 on the Pro Beach Tour. That would have given Frohoff and Ludes the 11-9 side change, just down a couple if Frohoff could have put that ball away. And psychologically, the difference, 11-9 to 12-8, is huge. Frohoff and Ludes would have been right back in it.
Sand timeout.
Sand timeout for Ludes and Frohoff. So we just got a pause here in the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind
Karch Kirian is patented pink hat. You won't see that on the senior tour, but you will see the senior tour coming up in just a few minutes.
Here we go.
Take your time, please. Don't cut anybody off. If it is a 2-lane road, it could be quite hazardous. So please be safe driving on your way home. Thank you.
Okay, we're getting ready to come back to the action here. Huge crowd. They're going nowhere.
Karch Kirian back to serve.
About 4 miles outside of town at the Boulder Reservoir. Beautiful day. Broken play, chance for a point, go up 12-8, and they do.
There it is. Frohoff had 11-9 side change on his right arm. Could not put the ball away, and the Kings of the Beach end up going over 12-8. Big, big psychological advantage, as well as obviously on the scoreboard.
12-8, 3 points away from victory are Karch Kirian and Ken Steffes, winning $100,000 that they will split. The second place team splits $24,000. Kirian and Steffes won the first Cuervo Gold Crown in Clearwater Beach. They won all 3 last year. And let's go down to St. John Smith, who is courtside with Karch and Kent.
Karch and Kent, you guys finally have a lead. What are you going to have to do to stay on top of them and finish this game?
We got to stay aggressive. There's only a minute left on the clock, but we got to serve tough and create some more point scoring opportunities.
All right, thank you. Back up to you, Paul and Len.
Stay aggressive. Right. That's the key. When they were not siding out particularly well at the beginning of the match, they weren't serving tough. You kind of go, you go back into a shell and protect your ground a little bit. But as soon as Kirai and Steffes were able to get into the good pass set and hit rhythm, then the rest of their game took off.
When they put themselves in position to win, they usually know how to close it off. They don't let it slip away. So it's going to be a huge turnaround if anything other than a Kirai and Steffes win takes place. They've won 10 of 12 tournaments this year. Ludies and Frohoff know all of this. They also know it's hot.
That's tough. Frohoff has already received 30 serves. He's earned his pay. Go to Ludies this time.
Oh, nice play by Frohoff. He's got all the shots. Another reason why the crowd likes him.
He's had to use them, too, because Ricky Ludies has shanked a couple of passes in tight proximity to the net where Frohoff has had to go on, too.
Now we start watching the rally clock. We're under a minute. And Steffes and Kirai with a 4-point lead. Oh, blocked. Get it over. Frohoff will block. No reason to block. The set was way back. Steffes finds a lot of open sand.
And again, hitting the ball away from his body. Just over 46 seconds left, and Kirai and Steffes very, very conscious and experienced at managing the clock towards the end of important matches.
Will we see some sky balls? No, he's going to do it.
Not yet. Not yet.
Doug over. Shank. And Frohoff cannot run it down.
Frohoff and Ludies have had a great tournament. And they played exceptionally well, except for just a few key mistakes at the wrong times in this final. And that has cost them against the team that's playing better than anybody else in the world.
2 points away and only 38 seconds left. They just have to avoid a broken leg at this point. Steffes and Kirai, and the $100,000 is theirs.
Kirai and Steffes have already won $146,836.25 apiece, and it's still very early in the season. Last year, again, Kirai won $470,000. Steffes $341. The discrepancy, because Kirai won the King of the Beach at the end of the year, took home an extra $70,000, and Steffes did not play.
Hey, St. John, they say that Steffes and Kirai are winning too much. It's not good for the game. They said that with you and Stokey, too. What do you think?
The more they win, the bigger the sport becomes. I think it's the greatest thing. I'm sure the other players hate it, but that's just the way it is. These guys are better than everybody else.
Well put. There's a little life left in Brent Frohoff, but not much time. 34 seconds, 5-point deficit. I think they got to go back to the big jump serve now.
It's their only chance, but given the altitude, I mean, it's just really hard to ping 6 or 7 in a row. Maybe you get 1 or 2, but you can't get on that big roll because the ball just carries that extra couple of feet in this thin air. Fro's hitting it as hard as he can.
Tapped down by Kirai.
Steffes getting very vocal. He knows this has been a big match. Very well played. 10-minute rally clock here at the Cuervo tournaments in the game to 15.
We're at 29 seconds. I think you go to the sky ball pretty soon. Blocked. Frohoff didn't even jump then. Wasn't a block.
There's 14.
Yeah, that was a nice long rally and a point.
The Kings have got it right now. Karch just took a glance at the clock behind his position. He knows the time left on the clock. He wants to finish it out at 15, but he knows they've won this match.
This could be it right here.
But that is the last thing that Karch Kirai wanted to do. Wants to keep time moving, keep that ball in play, and he just cuffed the serve out of bounds.
So because of the clock, it's virtually impossible for Ludies and Frohoff to come back. Unless they get a few more like that.
Fro getting some help. They've developed a big following here in Boulder. Very knowledgeable crowd here.
14-9. 15 and a half seconds left. And I think Kirai and Steffes, not wanting it to become absurd and comical, take a sand timeout.
Kirai and Steffes, they're best on the beach at everything, including the hubby wife. They give up that play more than anybody else in pro beach volleyball, and still they've overcome it to win all they have the last couple of years.
Coming up next, in just a few seconds it would appear, Senior PGA Tournament. Live second round action. Second time championship point for Steffes and Kirai.
Come on.
That's it. That'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the game. Your winners.
They didn't have the best record in the round robin, but they win the tournament. Their sixth straight Cuervo Gold Crown. Kirai and Kent Steffes, 15-9 here in Boulder. That'll just about wrap it up. For St. John Smith and Paul Sunderland, I'm Lynn Shackelford. Golf is coming up next here on ESPN. Hope you enjoyed it. Congratulations to our champions, Steffes and Kirai. 15-9, they win it here in Boulder.
Coming up next on CBS, Eye on Sports.